our guests. This is going to be interactive, so I want you to be comfortable. I want you to communicate with the person who brought you tonight. There will be times she's going to stop and ask some questions, and it's your time to learn. We have no secrets here. We'll tell you everything you want to know about this business, and it doesn't matter if you're interested in it or not. We need great customers too. Okay, that is what keeps us the #1 brand and most loyal customers. Is that customer loyalty. People love our products, and they come back again and again. And really, and I know our product line is fantastic, but you all, they come back because of you, right? Because we get to develop relationships with people. It's so much more fun to be able to buy your cleanser from somebody that you know. And when you buy from us, you know you're supporting a small business in your community. They go into a beauty counter that they don't even care if you're there or not, and it's all you can do to get waited on, and they really don't care, and they're probably not going to answer many of your questions. So that's what we do, and I love that. And being that we will be 54 years old officially tomorrow, you know, I was thinking about it this morning. You all, imagine this day 54 years ago. Imagine, you know, Mary Kay didn't sleep. You know she didn't. You know she did not wake up looking like that. I'm sure that she woke up super early that morning and she was nervous and she was excited, and they were probably running around getting officially the store. We had a store in the beginning as a storefront, and I'm sure, you know, with Richard and Ben and her daughter and those 9 beauty consultants, they will probably work through the night to get ready to officially cut that ribbon tomorrow morning. And it's exciting to know, because, you know, she couldn't imagine that we are where we are today. I remember hearing her say that. Janet probably remembers too. I remember it coming out of her mouth. Never would have I dreamed that we would be where we are today. She couldn't really even see it outside of Dallas and Houston. And she just wanted to give women an opportunity. She had no idea we were going to be international. She had no idea the growth that we would have, but she was smart. And what I'm going to walk you through tonight, y'all, is our business plan. It's the same plan it was 54 years ago. It actually hasn't changed. It's pretty impressive, I think. You know, the great thing is Mary Kay is known as it is known as the gold standard. There are so many direct sales companies out there today. Not that they're bad. I'm not saying that at all. Not at all. They have a great concept, but what you'll find is so many of them try to duplicate our marketing plan, and they can't do it. They bankrupt themselves. But Mary Kay was very smart, and what I love so much about her is we all know she took God as her business partner, and I do believe beyond a shadow of a doubt we have been blessed because of that over the years. She was smart, she was frugal, she loved people, and she truly, truly had a heart for women and wanted to give us choices. And I'm so grateful. I mean, are you grateful? Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful after 23 years, and I say this all the time when I share the opportunity. If there were something better, I'd be doing it by now. Okay? I'm marketable. I was good at what I did before Mary Kay. I could be great at anything I set my mind to do. I know that I could. There is nothing that compares to what this company offers to us. There's nothing. I mean, besides, who else is going to give me a pink Cadillac to drive around? You know, they're just not going to do it. And to give me that freedom and flexibility to work around my life. I love that. I don't live to work. I don't. I love what I do, but I very much am in control of my days and my future. And I'm grateful. And Julie and I were doing an interview yesterday, and I loved even her prospect said, she said, I know Mary Kay's not going to shut their doors tomorrow. True. And I said, no, we're not. We're growing like crazy. Y'all, this is an incredible time to be in Mary Kay. Like I said, we've been doing this. Jane and I have been doing this over 20 years, and we've seen it. Y'all, I don't, this feels like where we are right now, it feels like where we were in the 90s. I want to tell you. I'm just going to say, get ready to ride the wave. This is exciting. We have some crazy innovative products coming out. It's going to blow your mind. We have some that are out there. The holiday collection is sitting out there. Make sure you get to see that. Play with it. You can spray it. Doesn't matter. Fill the sponge. Do the whole thing. That's our holiday line. But girls, you ain't seen nothing yet. I'm not kidding. It's wow, isn't it? Yeah. So it's going to be fun. And the vitamin C squares, mean, if y'all follow me on Instagram, seriously, I'm sitting in Mexico flipping through magazines, and here's these beautiful ads. I'm like, look at this! Like, Chris, look! One of them is like a trifold out, you guys. It's huge. It's right in the middle of the magazine. It's beautiful. And I thought, thank you, Mary Kay. I'm laying here in the sun in Mexico. I didn't have to pay $1 million plus to be in Marie Claire. They paid for it, and I'm getting paid laying here because my customers are seeing it, and guess what? They were ordering. Isn't that cool? Y'all, hello. How cool is that? We don't have to do that. You know, I have friends who are realtors. They have to pay for their own advertising. You know how expensive that is? My word. And they have to keep it continually going, you know, to just to keep their name out there. Look what Mary Kay does for us. Isn't that awesome? So we should just pat ourselves on the back. That we are so smart that we are part of this. So I want to walk you through Mary Kay. And these folders that are in front of you, this is exactly what I use. Those of you that have worked with me, you know, you've seen these. This is what I use to walk through the process of sharing the opportunity. But I'm going to tell you this. The greatest thing that I can tell you tonight is you don't need to know all the facts. You don't. The reason that you will build a business is coming right here. It's coming from your heart. If you are passionate about what you do, other people will follow you, won't they? Yes, they will. I could leave out a very important fact about something, but you know what? I love what I do, and I love to take people with me, and you all people come along, okay? I can tell them later. When I go, oh, I forgot to tell that part. All right, so I don't want you to think it has to be perfect. It does not, but you are equipped with this folder with everything that you need to know. So the first thing for you is the interview communication sheet. So the consultants, if you'll pull that out, this is what you can take notes on and you follow along with, okay? So, you know, as you're getting the hang of sharing the opportunity, y'all, this helps to keep you on track. Because sometimes you're thinking, well, I don't know what to tell her. I don't know what to say. So this is going to walk you through exactly what you need to say. And y'all, again, just like the flip chart, you could read this word for word, literally, where it says there in the middle, today. See where it says today? Yep. I'd like to find out a little bit more about you. Then I'll share some about me and my journey in Mary Kay. Then I'll share with you a little bit about the company, ask you if you have any questions, and what your opinion is at the end. Fair? Okay? You can say that. Just say, okay, I'm going to read to you. And they're going to say, okay. So to our guests, are you okay with that? Everybody's okay? They're okay. Great. They nodded. Yes, Rachel. Good. Yeah, the nod is good. Okay. All right. So before you ever even dive into this packet, before you ever open it, anything, you don't even have to hand it to her. The first thing I like to know is I want to know about you. So you can ask that question. Tell me a little bit about yourself, or what would you like for me to know about you? So for our guest, this is role play time. Ashley, look at your beautiful guest. Rachel, look at your beautiful guest.
Hello,
and ask them, tell me a little bit about yourself. So these questions, you all, when you're getting to know someone, ask a lot of questions. I'm genuinely intrigued with people. I will talk your head off no matter where. You know, when I want to connect with someone, doesn't matter, whatever. That's how I get to know you, is I just ask a ton of questions. My mom is very gifted in that, and I learned that from her. So just natural, it came to me. But when you're in this process, the reason that I love to ask a lot of questions is I want to know you. I want to know what is important to you, because that's the direction that we're going to go in, okay? Because what I'm hearing, what are you all hearing is common among the three of them? What are you hearing? Flexibility, isn't it? Yeah, freedom. Flexibility, freedom of choice, okay? That's huge, okay? So when you know that's her number one driver, okay, then what direction can we go in? So let's take a look at that, okay? I love the question, tell me what you know about the Mary Kay products or the Mary Kay people. That tells you a lot. Has she had any experience with the products or with someone? Tanaria has not. So, one thing that says to me is we got to get the product on her, right? But it helps you to understand what has she What's happened with her in the past? Has she had a great consultant in the past? Was it her mom? I mean, did she grow up on Mary Kay? It's fun to know all those things about people. And this is great. If you were ever to consider a career with Mary Kay, what types of things do you feel you'd really need to know about the company to help you make a decision? Either yes, it's for me, or no, it's totally not for me. I like this because this keeps you from going on a bunny trail. And for those personalities right here, her personality is, and I can tell you this because of the way she described what's important to her, she has a D personality. Would you agree, Ashley? D means, in the DISC of personality traits, it means dominant, but not in a bad way. Okay.
I'm an Aries. So
okay. See? And I knew that by the way she answered her questions, which basically means she wants to know, give me this idea. How much time will it take, and how much money can I make, and can I build this, and can I control this in how I want to do it? I want freedom of choice. I want to know if I want to choose to play with Mary Kay, I'm going to play with Mary Kay. But if I want to make Mary Kay big, I can make Mary Kay big. Okay, it's going to keep me from going into maybe you get all this time with your family, blah, blah, blah. She wants to know, I want to know the bigness of Mary Kay. Okay, right? So that takes me into that direction. Okay, if you're working with someone who, here's one way to know about someone. When you say, tell me about yourself, is how does she lead? What does she lead with? If she leads with her job, what she does for a living, her accomplishments, you're going to head more into the direction of showing her the bigness of Mary Kay. If she leads with, well, I'm a mom of 4, and their names are blah, 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 and my husband, and he does this. Okay?
Everyone else first.
Yes, everybody else comes before her, but my question was, no, honey, I want to know about you. But see, there's nothing wrong with that. But her personality is more, it's steady. It's called steady. She's a little bit slower to change. This may be your first time to sit down with her. You may do this again and again. She's going to be more someone who needs more layers. She may need to see a party at her home, invite her friends to come over, cook brownies. She wants them to have the experience. She may not necessarily be someone who's going to quickly go. If you say to her, tell me a little bit about yourself, and she says, what do you want to know? Okay, that's another great way that you can also say, well, what would you like for me to know about you? Okay, that personality is more compliant, and that means she's going to be very detail-oriented. She will read everything in that packet that you give her. Yes. Yeah, I know. Those that are in the room, yes, I'm looking at you.
I'll look at Megan.
I'll look at Megan. Right. That's why I said, you haven't seen the new business cards? I can't believe I've seen
something else beyond that.
See? Yes. See, she has seen them. But they want details, and so you will then need to go into the process. What will your training look like? Okay? The process. She wants to know the process. Will you be there to train me? Yes, every step of the way. And then if she leads with, tell me about you. Well, I was born in Lexington, Kentucky, and we lived there for about 6 weeks, and then we moved. And 20 minutes later, you get to today. Okay. But she tells you, all that. I love to travel, and yeah, okay. And she knows everybody in Starbucks, right? Those are more of your party girls, okay? Those are the women who they're fun, they're independent. You kind of go around the world and back with them, but they're great. They're the life of the party girls, okay? They love all the fun. You're going to talk a lot about the fun that we have, the prizes that we earn. You always know the eyes in the room when they light up because they know exactly what prize they're going for. They can tell you all about everything that they can earn. That's your I personality, okay? And there's nothing wrong with any of them, but what you want to be able to do is you want to mimic her, okay? So whatever personality she is, you got to go to that level, okay? My S is the lowest part of me, okay? So, because I'm a D. I'm like, let's go. Imagine that. I'm like, let's come on. We don't have to think about it. But so I have to slow myself down a little bit and remember, okay, kick in that ASA me. Slow it down, talk to her more, get to know her a little bit more on a personal level, know about her family. Does that make sense? You want to mimic that person. If she's a soft talker, you want to be a soft talker. If she talks a little bit louder, faster, pick up the pace. Okay? You want to be that mirror image to her. Okay? It just makes them more comfortable. And know this, there's a place for everyone. We were just saying that. There is no cookie cutter person in Mary Kay. Look around this room. Not a one of us look a thing alike. Okay? Even Rachel doesn't look like her mama. A little bit, not much. But, even in their personalities, they're still somewhat different, okay? But we're all different, and I love that. There's a place for everyone, okay? And that's another reason why you come to the meetings and you go to events is you learn people's stories. That when you get to know her, I can say, oh my goodness, I know somebody just like you. Yeah. Or when you know someone is like in food science, you got to come and let them meet Megan. Oh my gosh, you got to meet my friend Megan. You two have so much in common. She loves animals. Oh my gosh, you got to meet Nicole. That's why you got to know each other. Okay. That, you got to know each other because there's that relatability. Okay. I could not relate to Nancy on any level whatsoever. We are polar opposites. I love her with all my heart. So grateful. But she had to put me in front of somebody that I could relate to. And when I did, ding, ding, ding. Oh, I got it then. Monique didn't say anything different than Nancy did, but I could see myself. Does that make sense? So that's why we go to things and you dive into what you learn on Mary Kay and Touch and all that. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, so she what do you want to know? And that's going to be in the direction then that we head in. So when you open up that packet, one of the main forms that I work with, because again, it keeps me on track, is this one, Mary Kay, a simple life-changing decision. This one right here. Okay, you may have to flip through and pick a few pages in there. I will tell you all, I do not pull out every single page in this packet, but this is something that she gets to take home with her, okay? Again, depending on personality, I might, but mostly no. Okay, but a simple life-changing decision. I kind of go right down through this kind of quickly, but I do spend time. The 4 top reasons why women choose Mary Kay. Number 1 is cash, right? Would you agree with me that money isn't the most important thing in the world? But having some does give you choices. So let's take a look at what that looks like. Number 1, best-selling brand for many, many years. There's many ways to sell the product, from individual facials to parties, using our website, even 15-minute appointments at your leisure. We take a teaching approach to what we do. That's why we look for those who aren't the sales type. Okay? The cosmetic counter associates, they earn about 3% when they sell. Yeah. In Mary Kay, we make 50%. Our average appointment is $200 to $300. It's about $50 to $100 per hour. Appointments take about an hour and a half to 2.5. Could you get excited about taking home, say, $100 in a 2-hour time period? And how long would you have to work for $100 at your current job? Now, let's take a look. Flip it over to the next page. This is where I like to show the money, right here. This one right here. Okay? I love this one. So let's take a look at what this looks like. Now, the company average party is 350 in sales, everyone. That is national average is 350. But these numbers shoot it a little bit less. So let's take a look at that. What this sheet shows you is the difference in 1 party a week to 2 parties a week to 3 parties a week. So if you look at the bottom, 1 party a week, that takes you about 4 to 6 hours. Now, that is a couple of hours that we allocate for this night, for Tuesday night. So a party, I always say a party takes me 3 hours. It does. From the time I walk in to the time I get in my car and leave. I can't, if I do 2.5, I'm like, woohoo! Or that means I didn't sell as much, not woohoo. Usually it's 3 hours. Okay. So I give myself 3 hours. And, we work in pockets of time, right? That's what we work in pockets. Mary Kay is non-traditional. So it's not your traditional 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day. We're pockets. We're pockets of time. So a pocket of time to me is 3 hours. Okay? In that 3 hour time frame, if you look at this scenario, if you sold just 250, a party is 3 to 6 women sitting around the table. If you sold just 250, you did that not even a full year, you would sell around 12,500. Now at these parties, if there's 4 to 6 women there, at least two of them are going to take home our skincare collection, one of them, okay? That's the number one thing we focus on. Why? Because a woman may wear an eyeshadow on a special occasion, not every day, but guess what we do every day? We wash our face, okay? So that's our big reorder business, and Mary Kay is our skincare. It's most important. So if you're developing 2 skincare customers a week, you've got 100 skincare customers in a year. Now, if those 100 just reorder 120, which equates to her reordering her cleanser and moisturizer 3 times to maybe 4 times a year, that is it. If she only bought those 2 products, I mean, how many of us have clients who are only on a cleanser and a moisturizer?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, very few really. They'll throw something else in, right? Very few are just on those 2 products. But if that's it, that's all she reordered, you would sell an additional $12,000 to them because the product is consumable. Total sales at the end of the year is $24,500. We make half. So what I want you to notice is if you were to have a Mary Kay business and you did this on a Saturday morning, let's say, Saturday morning, 10 a.m. That's what you do, at 10 a.m. on a Saturday. I decided I would do that instead of cleaning my huge apartment when I got started. Like, I would rather make some money, and that's what I did instead. If you did that just once a week, at the end of the year, you're looking at adding, on the average, an additional $1,000 to your household income. Now, my question for you is this. If you went to your boss tomorrow and said, hey, I need like $1,000 raise a month. What are they going to say, April? What would they say to you? Security! Security, thank you for being here, April. You may clean your desk out. We appreciate you. You know, the thing is, you know, this is where, you know, to me, this is where my personality puts things into perspective, okay? And what really put things into perspective for me, 23 years ago when I looked at this very sheet, this is why I use it to this day, I looked up at the top at 3 parties a week. 3 parties a week is 10 to 15 hours of Mary Kay. Total sales, annual sales of just selling the product alone, $36,750. Here's what I said to myself. I said, self, you are working 60 to 80 hours a week to earn $50,000. These women who are having fun and flexible and completely obnoxious, they're working 10 to 15, and look what they're making on selling product. I thought, I could probably learn how to do this. If anything, you all, and this is the way I looked at it. I'm like, I work 60 to 80 hours a week. There's 168 hours in a week. I could still find time for an extra 10 to 15 a week. I could do that on top of my full-time job. Sign me up. I could find 3 3-hour pockets of time. I could do a Saturday 10, a Saturday 2, and a Saturday 5. Yep. I knew I could do that. I'm like, sure, do that around my little kitchen table. Oh yeah, okay, I'm feeling this. Y'all, I'm no fool. I can figure this out. Here's the thing. I knew the product was good. I used it myself. So I'm like, okay, I'm already sold on the product. I knew it was great. I've been using it for years. What's the problem here? I could probably do this. I mean, those women were nice, but I wasn't that impressed. You know, it's not that hard. I mean, you know, we're cute and all, but come on, right? And here's the thing. At 3 parties a week, if you are holding consistently 3 parties a week at 10 to 15 hours a week, you're also earning a Mary Kay card. I can absolutely tell you on all 3 of these scenarios, I could tell you by names, many that I know that have done this very thing. Actually, what I did my first year is exactly 1 party a week. And my husband reminded me, it's funny, the other night, because we're shopping around for banks. And he said, do you remember banking with E&T? I'm like, no. Oh, y'all, we've lived so many places. He goes, Amy, when we lived in Colorado, he said, remember, that's where you deposited all your money and you saved up $14,000 at E&T. I'm like, I did. That was my Mary Kay money my first year.
That's
because I didn't need the money. We didn't need it, but I was saving money to buy furniture because we were going to be buying our first home as soon as we left Colorado, and I wanted to buy furniture. So that was my Mary Kay money. One party a week, you guys. And it was usually a Saturday morning or a Sunday afternoon. I was like, I did do that, didn't I? He reminded me. Funny how he knew the bank.
He's more C person.
He is. He's very much so. Yeah, he'll go, remember? I'm like, no. I don't remember things at all. It's kind of funny. Yeah, but, okay, so that's the sales side of the business, you guys. Here's what I love. We have consultants who pay their mortgage on selling the product alone. Yes, right, Bethany? Yeah. That's what I love about Mary Kay. You do not have to recruit a team if you don't want to. That's why I chose Mary Kay. I didn't know that I wanted to recruit anybody. I might not. I might just want to sell this product and have some fun. And in Mary Kay, you can, and you can make a living doing it. Kind of exciting. You excited about that? Mm-hmm. Okay. So there's the product side. Now I want you to pull out this little brochure right here. Okay. This one's straight from Mary Kay. It's our Steps to Success brochure. This is what brings our company to life right here. This is our marketing plan that was created 54 years ago. It is so simple, you guys. That's what I love about this. It's simple because I can explain it. I like that too. I'm like, I can understand this. I get this. So this shows you the other side of our business, the team building side. You can build a team if you want to, but you don't have to. But it is my favorite part because of the lives that we get to change. We all start, if you look there at the bottom where it says independent beauty consultant, that's where we all begin right there. Everybody begins with a starter kit. I don't care if you've got $100,000. You cannot say, I'm going to put $100,000 on my Mary Kay and I want to be at that position right there. You cannot do that. You cannot buy your way through Mary Kay. You got to work your way to the top. We all do, don't we, girls? Mm-hmm. That's fair. So we all begin there with as a beauty consultant. If you choose to build a team, you can do so. And with your very first team member, you become a senior beauty consultant. Now notice on there where it says 4% personal team commissions. Those are paid directly from the company. And what they do every month is they will look at your team and they will say, Bethany's team ordered X amount this month and we're going to write her that 4% commission out of our paycheck and send it to Bethany. This has nothing to do with the sale of our product. Okay, so for our guests, when we come together on Tuesday nights, they do not walk in and hand us money. Okay? I wish you did.
If you want to.
I want half of what Karen sold this week. I mean, this table right here sold $1,000 this week. Get excited. But guess what? I get none of that. Not a dime of that do I get. I have the privilege of training them, but that money is their money. I love that. But now where Mary Kay does pay me is from Mary Kay's half the dollar to train. Okay? And that comes in the form of bonuses and commissions. And the way that we are paid in that structure, we have more women who earn over $100,000 a year in Mary Kay than any other company in the United States. Kind of cool. That's our business plan. And then you can choose to continue to build your team. Okay? Now, one thing I want you to notice is when you look where it says independent sales directors can earn, look how different all those bullet points now become. Do you see how many there are there? Well, as a sales director, and that is Janet, Ashley, and myself, that's our position. This is where I always say life begins. Because Mary Kay wants to reward us for keeping the sales force growing. And that's the sales directors. We are the top 3% of the company. And we are the ones who teach and train our sales force. Okay, so they reward us greatly. And in that way, this is where that executive income comes into play. When you have at least 24 women on your team, now if you back down to where it says director and qualification, when you have at least 10 women on your team there, that's when then you can say to the company, I want to join the top 3%, become a sales director, and then you and that 10 go into qualifications that give you up to 4 months. You all build together to that minimum 24. It's a lot of fun. It's an exciting time, and you being the leader of that team will be promoted to sales director. Okay? And at this point, you all, this is where, if you are with me, I do show some copies of my paychecks. And in this packet, you will also see added in there. If you want to take a look, you can pull it out right here. I do include this, and I will tell you all this. It took me a long time to want to include. Do y'all have this back here? Everybody have this
Not in
one?
ours,
May
but
not.
that's-
You can borrow it if you want, or yeah, whatever. It took me a long time to put these in here. It's our 1099s. It's 2 years of my 1099s, and it was Chris who convinced me to do it. I am private. I'm very private, and I was raised that you don't talk about money. My mom has never known how much money my dad makes. He said because she'll spend it all. So we have no idea. And apparently, there's one person in this world who was ever told what my dad made, and that was my former fiance. And I think my dad did it to scare him away because he wanted him to see she's very expensive and you'll never afford her. Thank you, Dad, for that. I don't know if you believe him or not because my dad never tells anybody, but whatever. But maybe he did. But so anyways, I want to talk about money. But what Chris convinced me was, he said, Amy, people need to understand that this is legit. Okay? He said it's not bragging because these are published information anyways. And you all know that. Our paychecks are in the Applause magazine. But I put these in here and I always say to them, I want you to take this home with you. Because for those people who you will share with them your excitement about considering Mary Kay or getting started, and they so lovingly want to tell you that you can't make money doing something like this, or I knew somebody who tried, or whatever. You know, I always tell people, be very careful who you take advice from. Only take advice from people you would trade places with. And, you know, just like I hear Ashley share all the time, you know, if you're considering going to college, who do you want advice from about going to college?
Someone who finished.
Someone who finished, graduated, they graduated, right? Yes, you don't go to someone, no offense, you know, if you went, you dropped out, but they haven't finished the race, okay? So you go to that person. My brother's training for a triathlon that he will do in a couple of weeks, so he would never go get advice from someone like me who's never done it. Because to be honest, I want to say to him, oh my God, please don't do this. Because it's just intense, you know, and that's not me. And I can't stand, I tried to work out with him before and he's crazy. So he drives me crazy to watch him. But I'm going to support because I would never miss it. But he sure didn't take my advice, you know.
Right.
Me saying, do you really have to? He did not. I'm not his coach, okay? But I put this in here, and it just shows you 1 year of $153,000 and another year of $134,000, and that's my bonuses and commissions. That's not my sales, okay? I usually sell about $40,000 a year, okay? So add $20,000 to that. I just send that with them because when those lovely people who want to try to protect them and say don't do it, I want them to pull it out and say, you know what, I think I'm going to just take her advice. I think she knows what she's doing. Okay. And I love you. Okay. So that's why that is in there. Okay. So there's money. And you know what's cool about this, you all? I'm not even top ranked in Mary Kay at all. I'm kind of middle. I'm not even top. I mean, that's cool, you guys. That's awesome. I got a whole lot more money I can make. I'm very excited about that. So I love that. Mary Kay always said, we've yet to write the largest paycheck. Right? There's no cap. We have no cap. Right? You work for it, they write it. Okay? All right. So I show them that. And I show them, see all the different bullets. Changes drastically as a sales director. So that's your unlimited income. That's the team building side of it right there. Okay? And then on the back side, and it takes you right there to bullet number 2, the cars. So the back side, you can see our car program right here. My favorite program. I love it. Now, how cool is this? Yes, there are other companies who offer cars. But the thing is that if you earn one of their cars, it is your car. Your name goes on it before you leave the dealership. If you decide that you want to leave that company, well, you can, but the car stays in your driveway and you keep paying for it. Okay? In Mary Kay, they are leased vehicles. So if I choose today, I don't want to be a Mary Kay anymore, I would just call the company. They come pick my pink Cadillac and call it a day. Okay? I'm not stuck with it. I like that. But the cars, it's my favorite program in Mary Kay. We've had right at 100 cars earned in my organization. I'm losing count. That's a high-class problem. But I want to tell you guys, this program is amazing. It's incredible. Janet, you've earned how many? 10 cars. Ashley?
I've earned 3 Earning my 4th.
Earning 4th. You're about to earn your 11th, and I just earned my 11th. Okay, it's legit, right? Not just one time. See how many times now we've earned cars? Yeah, okay. All right, so we can show you how to do that. But you start at the Grand Achiever there at the bottom. We start you with a Chevy Cruze. When you have at least 16 women on your team, Mary Kay's going to give you the option of that car, or it's $425 a month cash instead. Kind of cool, okay? I always say take the car because we do go to the dealership to pick it up. Mary Kay will pick up the tab for your taxes, tags, title, and 85% of the insurance for you and someone else if you're choosing to drive it unlimited miles. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then the best part is every 2 years, like Ashley said, she's requalifying for her 4th. I just qualified for my 11th. Every 2 years we requalify for new cars. So we're always in new cars for safety reasons. The Cadillac I'm driving right now, I haven't even turned 36,000 miles on it. And my new car will be here in about 3 weeks. That's crazy. I mean, seriously, I could keep it another year, too, and be okay with that. But nope, Mary Kay won't let me. That's kind of fun, isn't it? I'm just getting used to this one. But that's okay. The next car is Janet is currently driving that Chevy Equinox. And then there's also a Ford Fusion, or $500 a month cash instead. And then, of course, our pink Cadillacs, or $900 a month cash instead. What I love about this, you all, is this is the kind of money, these are the kind of options that changes household incomes. So I want you to figure right now, how much do you pay in car expenses a month? What do you pay? Insurance, title, all that. I don't even know what all that stuff is. How much do you pay for your car payment? How much do you pay? Would you share? Would you say you spend?
For my car and insurance altogether is probably about $670 a month.
For some people, it's
most
almost
people
another
are.
mortgage
It
payment.
is.
Yeah.
It's a mortgage payment now.
Mine's about, mine's like over 800.
Okay. Wow.
It's too much.
So think this thought. If that payment went away and that stayed in your account, if you took that money, if you earned a Mary Kay card and you decided, I'm going to take that $650, let's say, I'm going to take that $650 that I've been used to paying anyways, and I'm going to invest it.
Heck yeah.
I mean,
Tell them about Lisa Phillips.
what's that?
Tell them
Yeah,
about Lisa
Lisa,
Phillips.
yeah, tell them about Lisa.
Lisa Phillips, who's a sister director to me, did exactly that. Someone advised her that 20 years ago. And that's what she did. She took the money that they were paying on their personal car, you know, in their real world until she came to the Mary Kay world, and they invested it. And over the years, that account has paid for 2 college educations, it's paid for 2 weddings, it's paid for 2 sets of braces,
Yeah.
all that junk that comes with those kids. And now those kids, so the kids graduated debt-free. And now those kids are grown and have families of their own, and so now that money is paying for a New York trip for Lisa and Chris, a Napa Valley trip for Lisa and Chris. Now they get to enjoy
Wow,
that money.
there you go.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, what a value. That's why I love the card program so much, you all, is if it can do that, if Mary Kay alone, if you did it alone for that, you guys, oh my word, it's life-changing. That's incredible right there. So what I want you to think about is, if you need a new car or you want to make that change in your household, if you could commit the next 4 months to earning a car, girls, it's yours. It's there. Who wants a car by Christmas? You can have it. Yeah, that's when I earn mine. I earn mine this time of the year. So my very first one, that's cool. Y'all, that is incredible. I love this brochure. I love this brochure because it really brings Mary Kay to life here, okay? So that shows you then the cars. It talks about, there's your leadership, where it talks about the directorship there. And then the additional rewards at the top, of course, our philosophy, faith first, family second, career third. Recognition, that's for that girl who loves the prizes. Show me the prizes, okay? Advantages, this is huge. We have no quotas, and the tax deductions are huge. The greatest tax advantage you can have is a home-based business. I do have a really cool flyer on my website that lists out the tax deductions. You might want to carry that with you in your bag for someone that really wants to know those details. Okay? It's really cool. So, of these 4 things, cash, cars, leadership, and the additional rewards, which of the 4 reasons would really benefit you and your family the most? What would you say to our beautiful guest? Which of the 4 would really benefit you and your family the most? Cash? Yeah.
That bills are not cheap.
No,
So,
that's right. Cash? Yeah, what else? Car? Yeah,
Cash and car, they're equal right now.
they're equal, that's right. Because all your cash is going to the car. Yes.
It's in a dog.
Yeah, I hear you. All right. So are you right for Mary Kay? I don't know. One of the questions we all ask ourselves is, can I really do this and be good? Well, let's just ask you all this question. Are you busy? Would you say you're a busy girl? Everybody busy? Check. Do you enjoy helping others? Check. Would extra income be helpful to you?
Yes.
Check.
Double check.
Are you motivated by your family's needs?
Double check.
Double check. Or your needs. Yeah, mama needs a blank. I love it. Well, there you go. You know, maybe it is right for you. So let's take a look at what it takes to get started. Then this is where I show her the picture of the kit. Y'all have that in there. This is an older picture of it right there. All right, so there's the kit right there. It's $100 plus tax and shipping to start a Mary Kay business. 23 years ago when I started my business, it was the same cost back then. We have not increased at all in well over 20 years. Pretty impressed with that. In that kit is over $320 for you to demo with. And if she is someone who has experienced the product with you, then you can say, remember, when you know those tubes I was squirting out of, that's what you get. Okay, it's everything that you need except for cotton balls, and you probably have some of those laying around the house. Throw those in, but literally when the box arrives on your doorstep, you can open it up, walk across the street, and facial your neighbor. You're in business. Okay, that's what the kit looks like. It's like Christmas when you get it. So with tax and shipping, it's right around $120. When you order it, it's on your doorstep within 2 to 3 days. And then what happens when you order it is then that is when you hear back from your director. Okay, that's what you say then. That's then when you hear from Amy or from Ashley or from Janet. That's when you hear from them. They will welcome you aboard and will get you started, and they'll begin to make a plan with you. Okay? All right, so there's that. Now, another thing that I do like to show them, I like to show them about our insurance programs that we have. Y'all can order these little pamphlets for free, as many as you want, on section 2. But y'all, this has been life-changing for many people. I remember for years we never had insurance, and there were women who literally, you know, had the golden handcuffs on them because she had to keep a full-time job because she needed insurance. Well, about 15 years ago, I guess it's been now, because we fall under the Direct Sales Association, then we now have the ability to provide very affordable insurance, anything from health, life, dental, and vision, and it will cover individuals or family, and it is extremely affordable.
We used it when I was full-time Mary Kay and Dave got laid off and was out that whole year.
Wow.
We used it.
There you go.
Awesome opportunity.
It is. I mean, that's incredible, guys. That is. This gives a lot of women the courage to do what she needs to do. Okay? And then I still like to include a beauty consultant agreement in there. I think although if someone physically fills this out, I think when it arrives at the company, they're like, now what department does this go to? Because we do everything online now. But I want them to see this is exactly what it will look like when you fill this out online. And they will simply see, you guys, it's very, very easy. I do explain to them, this is an agreement. This is not a contract. When you sign a contract, you're in. When you sign an agreement, you're just giving it a test ride, okay? But the most important thing that I can tell you about is on the back side of this beauty consultant agreement, and it's part number, it's number 5 or 6, 5 and 6, under general terms and conditions. It's that bold print on there, and it talks about our 1-year 90% buyback guarantee. This was my safety blanket when I decided I was going to give Mary Kay a try. Because to be honest, I knew the products were great. I knew that I could do this. I knew I was teachable and trainable, but what if, right? What if? What if I don't want to do it? What if it's not what I thought? Well, Mary Kay is willing to buy your business back from you at a 90% buyback, which means every order you place to Mary Kay for products, because we are a product-driven business and we get to buy at 50% discount, every product you place to Mary Kay has a 1-year 90% buyback guarantee on it. So like for me, I've had my business for 23 years. If I wanted to terminate my business today forever, any products I have sitting on my shelf that I have purchased at my 50% discount, that I have purchased today, back a year from today, I could return to Mary Kay and get a 90% refund on it. Now that's huge. We are the only company that offers that, by the way. No one else does. They're supposed to. They're actually supposed to. It's like in law with the DSA. They don't pay any attention to it, but Mary Kay does. Again, another reason why we're the gold standard, okay? So they're willing to buy it back from you and give you your money back. You've got nothing to lose. And that was it for me. I knew it was secure. I knew Mary Kay was something that women knew. It's a multi-billion-dollar recognized brand. We're not a gimmick, okay? We're not, oh my gosh, you gotta try this latest, greatest. No, Mary Kay's not a trendsetter, okay? We're not that, well, our vitamin C square is probably the first product we've ever come out with, to my knowledge, that no other company has ever had. In 54 years, you all, we have one product that nobody else has yet. But see, here's what that says. What it says is, Mary Kay's not someone who just creates all this stuff and puts it out there. We test the market a little bit. We wait for other products to come out, and then when Mary Kay decides to make the same thing, it's the gold standard again. Mary Kay made it, it's gotta be good now, okay? And then our products sell like mad, right? But we're not trendsetters. We're a classic line. We're a line that women have trusted for over 50 years, okay? All right. So the question now that you asked there, closing the interview, have I answered all of your questions? What other impresses or surprises you the most? Somebody share with me. April, what impresses you or surprises you the most?
We have health insurance.
Yes.
And is there, like, do you have to meet a quota to keep this?
No, you have to have a consultant ID number, which means you order the kit.
And that, like, if I said, I don't want the insurance, I'm gonna order a kit, I don't have to sell another product.
Kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty impressive, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yes. What impresses or surprises you?
I always say just everything that Mary Kay offers. I never would have thought that they offer everything from A to Z.
I love it. There we go. We hit the mark, don't we? Perfect. What would you say? What impresses or surprises you the most, Dottie? She's thinking.
I think the insurance, that's the first time I'm hearing about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's
That's awesome.
What's the insurance?
It gives you choices, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. It's great. Yep. I love it. That's good.
A lot of people in today's day and age work the job they have because of the insurance, not
Yep.
the flexibility with the paycheck even. People
Yep.
work for insurance.
They do. People work for insurance. Yeah.
Some people stay working at jobs longer than they should because of the insurance.
Because of insurance. Yeah. Wow, it's those golden handcuffs. Whew.
Mhm.
Yes.
Huge opportunity.
Well, let me ask you a question. What do you feel is your greatest asset? What's your greatest?
I would have to say my personality.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I was going to say that smile. I know.
I vote for her smile.
I do too. I do too. She's darling. April, what would you say?
I don't know.
You know, it's one of those questions we cannot answer quickly. Now we can say, what's like your, what would be your greatest weakness, or what? People can answer that so quick. Isn't that so sad? But our assets, like, what are you good at? Girl, what do you own? You know, like, I own this. What's that about you?
I just thought I was gonna ask If we just want to be honest.
Yeah, there you go. I love that. That means you have passion and you're trustworthy. Yeah. Mhm. I love it. What's your greatest asset, girl? Besides that smile.
I would have to say perseverance. I've tried this twice.
Okay.
And I just keep getting determined
just
to
can't give it
do
up.
it. Yeah, like I was telling her, I've just gotten back from getting injured at work.
Oh.
I got kicked in the chest by a patient.
Who was wearing a
And,
cast.
Yeah, she had tibial repair surgery, and she kicked me dead in the chest. And I went home because they were like, "Oh, you can't get any overtime if you're doing workman's comp." And then they delayed my physical therapy by a month and a half. So I had to do 2.5 months of physical therapy. And up in my little office, I have the Mary Kay bag on the top of my little computer desk. And every single time I would go upstairs to like take care of my 2 dogs that are up there, and my 1 cat that has to be quarantined because she's too much of a.
One of those.
She's one of those. She's happy up there.
Oh,
Don't get
yes.
me wrong.
We're going to leave her be. Right there she is.
She's happy up there. The other 3 do their own thing downstairs. She's happy in her room.
Okay.
With the Mary Kay bag.
Yes, with the Mary Kay bag. And every time I would go upstairs, I keep looking at the bag, and I'm just like, one of these days, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I'm
Yeah.
watching you. You're right here in front of
There
me.
it is. It's watching you too. That's right.
So it just,
That could have killed you, you know. Getting kicked
Oh
in
yeah,
the chest
oh
like
yeah.
that.
She
Could've
she
killed you.
messed my tendon up. It's like if you bite the inside of your cheek, is what she did.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah,
Good
that was
times.
cool.
Wow. I think that's your sign.
It was my sign. It was
Yes.
my sign. But critical
I love
care,
it.
you never know
Yeah.
when you're gonna get up there.
Yeah, well, true. That's true. All right. Okay. Now, Ashley and Rachel, this is your time. Let me tell you why I think you'd be great. And y'all, at this point, this is where you must be genuine. You've got to be genuine with them. And you tell them exactly why you think she would be great at this. Here's the deal, guys. If someone is sitting with you and she specifically makes it very clear that this just probably is not going to be a fit for her, don't try to convince her. Okay, don't do it. But if there's a heart connection between the two of you, with the interview Julie and I did yesterday, God, she's a hard worker. Just a hard working girl. Oh my gosh. And I just want to come across the table and just like, oh, you just have to do this, because if you're willing to work that hard for who you're working for right now, and if you put that kind of energy into this, girl, you'd have the world by string. I mean, oh my gosh. You know, I wanted her to do it so bad. You know, I just, oh my gosh. But this is when you all can do this in private as we finish. But tell them why you think they'd be great. And then you can ask them, on a scale of 1 to 4, where would you rate yourself? This is, just ask them. Tell me, where do you rate yourself? Number 1, I wouldn't join Mary Kay if it was the last job on earth. 2, thanks for thinking of me, but I'd like to remain paying full price. That's great. Then you book her for a party. It's okay. Then she gets it for free. All right. Number 3, I'm excited about what you told me, and you've really got me thinking. Let me sleep on it and call me in a day or 2. And 4, you know what? You're right. I have spent $100 on worse things. I am a little scared. But as long as you're going to teach me, let's order my kit. Okay. Now, one of the things that we do offer, something super duper fun.
Do you want me to go grab one?
Yes, please. I always love to offer a signing bonus, because that's just fun. Because, you know, when you get hired by big companies, you get a bonus, right? Yeah. Well, this is a big company. And it's a little extra incentive for you. But if you choose to order your kit in the next 24 hours, so what time is it right now? It's 8 p.m. 8 p.m. It's 8:05, I'm sorry. 8:05, by 8:05 tomorrow night. If you order your kit, you will get a roll-up bag and a sack of lips as a bonus gift. There we go.
This is all the fluffed up version.
Yes. Show them how it works. So there's the roll-up bag. It looks like that. All your products go in there. It swivels, hangs on the back of the door. It's so cute. The pockets are clear. You can see all the way through them. You can unzip on the top. Nothing falls out. And you open it, and they all rip off just like that. How many times have we done this? Too much together, right? 7 years. I love it. So that is your gift. So you get a roller bag and, of course, that amazing satin lip set as a You Go Girl gift from us. So that's just our way of saying congratulations and welcome aboard. Okay? And so whatever her answer is, that's exactly what you honor right there. And if she does say, follow up with me, there is your 24-hour follow-up, so you know what to say. Because the worst thing is you're like, oh, girl, now what do I say? Hey, what's up? I know we talked yesterday, now this is weird. That's kind of like the second date, right? So, and you just ask them. And usually I will say to them, so when I follow up with you in 24 hours, whatever, I'm going to say to you, am I talking to a new Mary Kay beauty consultant? That's what I'm going to ask you, okay? There you go. So that's how you follow up. You can follow it right there. I was so excited to call you. You know, I mean, literally, there's your words. We're helping you every step of the way, okay? So there is that. That is your sharing appointment right there. But y'all, the most important thing is find out what does she need, find her need, and fill it. It's kind of like the pieces of the puzzle. You know, Linda Tupin always talks about this. When you're talking to someone, you take a puzzle and you lay it out in all the pieces, and you just begin to put that picture together, and as the pieces fit, and you figure out how does Mary Kay fit into her life. And my job is to be a problem solver, okay? So when you hear these women talk about their magic dreams and what they're working for, that's what I'm passionate about. I want to see you make your dreams come true. That's huge. That's huge. That's the greatest gift that you could ever give someone, you guys, is to help her make her dreams come true. Okay? So, and that's what we can help you with as well. I mean, she may even tell you. You may even ask her during this interview, girl, what do you want? You know, what do you want? Tell me something. You want a trip? I mean, whatever she needs, paying off bills, whatever the case may be. Mary Kay can fit it. Just figure it out. Help her problem solve, okay? All right, any questions? Homework then for next week. You know, we did the layering sheet training, was that week before last. And here, the preferred customer checklist right here. Remember that training right there? All right, that's on our website as well. Okay, so using your contact list, the people that you know, start putting that, if you haven't already, start putting this into the layering sheet and begin the process. Remember, the process, they start from the left over to the right. Find that weakest link, and if it means she has not been a hostess yet, then you call her and find out how you guys can get together and meet her friends, okay? If you have questions about that, just ask me afterwards if you're not sure what I'm talking about. So that's part of your homework, is to begin working on that. And schedule 2 team building appointments with your sales director this week. But I hope, if anything, it resold you on the opportunity to. It always does. Every time I share this, I'm like, I love this so much.
I know,
I'm gonna do it again.
Sign me up.
Me. I love it. All right, you guys. We will see you next week.